The most bullish September in Bitcoin's history. The technical target for the next 2 months is close to $90,000. Definitely taking profit up here. The next coming days might be the last days to position yourself for the massive uphill run that's about to happen for Bitcoin and most altcoins. And I'm going to show you exactly where we going to enter for Bitcoin and some of the altcoins right now. Let's go. Thank you so much for tuning in here again. We jump directly into the charts. The DXY chart has currently a small move back here to the upside, potentially all the way back up to the downward sloping resistance line of that bearish bear pennant. I still expect here that we get rejected from there, come back down, break the 100-point mark, and will get into the acceleration phase, which will then propel the whole crypto market way higher than where we are currently sitting at. Now, when we're looking at the monthly returns, yesterday, September closed the most bullish September in Bitcoin's history. Look at this, 7.29%. We never closed that bullish. The last time that we closed bullish in September, October had a return of 14.71% on Bitcoin. So now if we put this into perspective, and I'll show you in a bit where Bitcoin would be if we go up here 14.71%. Just out of the top of my head, that will put us at around $72,000, $73,000 per Bitcoin. So now I expect that we will be somewhere in between the October of 2016 and 2015, so a little bit higher than 14.71% and lower than 33.49%. Of course, if we would get a higher move, that would be appreciated by everyone, I guess. But I'm not really banking on this. We should also not forget that we had here 28.52% last year, where also September closed bullish. So let's see what's going to happen, but I expect a 20+% move here in October for Bitcoin, which will bring us close to $80,000. One reason for that is also the ETF inflows. They are for a long time now more or less only positive. We had here one outlier 2 weeks ago with 874 Bitcoins being sold, but since then you see here only multiple thousand Bitcoins bought every single day, with the exception here of last week. Which day was this? Monday, last week, Monday. Again, guys, if you need money right now, which is really important that you have money to trade with, and you don't know where you should get more money from, use the leverage opportunity on Bybit, where you deposit only $100, guys. Everybody should have $100, and you claim a $500 free airdrop position on any of these coins that are mentioned here. It's really simple. You sign up with the link in the description or in the pin comment below that I left for you there. You deposit $100, you claim the airdrop voucher, you use the airdrop voucher, you can withdraw the $100 then again if you want to, and all the profits that you make out of this are yours. And I'm going to show you proof that we were making out of $500 a 5-figure amount. So stick around for that. If you still question if that is possible, I'm going to show you proof for that this was possible. Now, when we're looking at Bitcoin at the monthly close was bullish as expected here for September. We are also opened in the green for October, again, was expected. This will only now continue here to the upside, most likely breaking this line here with these highs of $71,142 at some point this month. The technical target to the upside now for the next, let's say, 2 months, in my opinion, is up here, close to $90,000. Here is the extended golden ratio. Of course, first we need to reclaim the golden ratio that is currently giving us resistance at the $64,400 to $65,200 level approximately. But once this level is reclaimed, the next target will be all the way up here for the next couple of weeks. So I'm not really concerned about any downwards movements whatsoever, percent here, percent there, 2% down. It doesn't really matter because we know where the direction is going to, especially when we go above 65,000. What is it? $400. We broke then the neckline of the currently resistance level that's sitting above us, and also the golden ratio, and then we will just go higher from there. Now, when we go into the lower time frames here on the daily chart, also really healthy on the correction layout here. On the MDX Algo super trend, we got supported from the super trend that had flipped bullish here a while back. We came all the way back down into it, and then today we bounced back to the upside. So if we close today at current levels, this will be also a bullish continuation indication to the upside. And that's why it's so important that you understand that you don't F this opportunity up right now, because there is no major downside anymore for Bitcoin, in my opinion, in the short term. One reason for this is also that we came all the way down here over the last couple of days to $62,500. From there, we only created, again, higher lows. And here, once we are reclaiming, again, like I said, $64,300, $200, $300, $400, we will see a move here into the downward sloping resistance line on this parallel downwards trending channel with a break into the $68,000, $69,000 level. So here you see right now we are currently slightly in profit with our trade. We came a little bit lower than we anticipated, but this is absolutely fine. So if you entered here, you are doing fine right now. You are in a slight profit. Just keep riding this. I have also actually opened a Bitcoin position here at that entry level of $63,600. If you just see this now, it's not too late to enter this because we're not that far away from our original entry. Now on the 4-hourly chart, on the liquidation levels, some people would argue that there is a potential that we roll over here, come down, take the over leveraged positions out here on the long side. But let me tell you, this area up here and this area up here is way more attractive for a market maker currently than try to go against the grain and try to push the price lower. The only thing that we need to happen for this is a reclaim, again, $64,500. I will start to sound like a broken record, but it is the level across multiple time frames in Confluence that we are seeing that we need to reclaim here. We have a few over leveraged short positions here that we would take out on that move, and there's not much more really to say to that, So we are currently below the EMA ribbon, but I believe that this is only short-lived, and that by tomorrow or after tomorrow we're actually above this again, and we'll then see here a move into the higher liquidity areas to squeeze some short positions. Now when we go to the liquidation heat map over the last 3 days, also here you can clearly see that if I refresh this now, you see here the concentrated liquidity areas on the liquidation heat map are all above us, they are not below us. So it makes, from a liquidity trading perspective, not much sense to push the price down. You rather want to push it up into the $64,200 area and then above here at $62,800, $900. And once we are tapping into this, that will lead to a short squeeze all the way up to $66,200. From there, I expect a small retracement back to the downside before we get a continuation into the higher levels for Bitcoin. Also here on the 1-hourly chart, this whole area looks massively like a fake out to me because of the rounding shape that it's taking here. And usually when we get these kind of rounding shapes, it is a local bottom indication. We only need to reclaim also here $64,000 to confirm this. Once we are back into this bounce area, we will move here back into the bigger resistance zone. And there, on my short-term positions for Bitcoin, this is where I'm looking for to take some profits off the table and then continue to ride this potentially into $70,000. And I can only suggest you to do the same thing. On the USDT Dominance, exactly happening what we were talking about yesterday, that we are getting here now a retracement from the upper end of the support zone. Once we are closing this candle today as it is, we should get continuation to the doubts, which will of course then lead to to prop up the markets back to the upside, because the USDT has to go somewhere. So it goes to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, whatever. It has to go somewhere. And we want to see more red candles here on the chart to get Bitcoin higher, and also, of course, our altcoin backs. On the Bitcoin dominance, we are now retesting the 15 level, sorry. We are slightly below that. So if we can close today below this level, that would be really, really bullish for me, because as soon as we get continuation here to the downside, altcoins will start mooning left, right, and center. And that is what we are looking out for. So today is really important to see if we close below the 57.15% level and open tomorrow's candle below this with continuation to the downside. If we are getting this and we get here 2-3 days of continuation, I don't believe that we will ever see again a move here above 58%, or even a move back to this upward sloping trend line here. A retest of 57.15% could still happen at some point when we get close to 56% and Bitcoin starts to turn around and makes like a giga move of $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. So then we could touch this here again, but I don't believe that we would get here a candle close above that level for the rest of the bull run if we now get continuation to the downside. And again, guys, if you want to increase your chances to get more liquidity, then also sign up on ZoomX. There you still get 2 times per week, $500 that I'm giving away randomly. So tomorrow I'm gonna pick actually one other winner. I'm gonna pick another winner tomorrow for $500. If you want to stand to a chance to win here, then use the link in the description, guys. You only need to deposit $100 to qualify for that. Once you have won the $500, you can also withdraw them. You don't need to keep them there if you don't want to. And of course, if you deposit more money, you can unlock up to $45,000 in deposit bonuses on ZoomX. And they have no KYC, which is amazing. So if you're in the US, in the UK, Germany, you can go there and trade if you cannot Bybit. And like I always say, these guys are amazing. I was in the office, I met everybody. I cannot recommend you any other exchange better than them currently. So take advantage of these offers that they are currently having. I'm actually also discussing a new offer with them, but we're going to talk about this at a later stage. Then Ethereum still fighting a little bit with this downward sloping resistance line, but the indicators are telling us a really clear story what's going to happen next. We have here a buy signal on the 12-hourly chart. On the stochastic RSI, the RSI flatlining. Once you see here a lighter red candle on the MACD, that would be my entry signal. This can happen in the next 12 hours. In the next 12 hours, the current MACD candle can still flip here into a lighter red if Ethereum would go all the way up to approximately $2,675. So here, currently still a good, if you are a little bit more risk adverse, you can also already enter here, but just make sure that here $2,575 is your stop loss. So really tight stop loss, but the target remains here $3,200. Then Solana, I'm also currently in this specific Solana trade here, just for the simple reason that we went yesterday below the green support area here and came straight back up. At that point I entered, and I also expect a continuation. If I go here into the higher time frames, you see here also 12-hourly chart about to give us a buy signal on the on the stochastic RSI. The MACD looks like we are going to fake out here on that bearish cross that we got, and the RSI is just going sideways because we are here in a resistance zone. So not really something that I'm worrying about, and that's why I opened a new trade here to trade this all the way up to $167. Then one of the altcoins that I'm currently trading is Rune. Rune looked earlier, I will be honest, it looked a little bit more bullish in terms of the indicators. I don't like how the stochastic RSI is looking currently, but the reason is really simple. That underlying support zone was strong resistance in the past, so we are struggling a little bit to move away from this, but we are still riding the 50 moving average here. We are still within the EMA ribbon. The MACD is losing momentum here on the sell side. The RSI is slightly pointing up. So again, I'm not too worried about this as long as the current candle can move here above $5.24. So my current stop loss is here at $5. If we come here down here, I will get stopped out, but I will find then a new entry. But currently, once we're moving back to $5.22, it remains a good entry to enter from there. Then one coin that pumped really nice today, and I hope you got into this one, was HNT. I warned you about this, that once we have here a solid break above the downward sloping trend line, that we're going to see here a pop with that golden cross here in conjunction. So that's what happened. We jumped straight into this big supply zone here on the MDX algo indicator. Again, if you want this indicator, there is a link in the description for that. We got rejected from there. It would make sense to take a little bit profit if you were able to catch it all the way down here and raise your stop loss to the entry level, just in case that this turns completely against you, that you don't round trip your profits. Let me have a look here on the lower time frames. Here it looks like we might potentially turn around pretty soon again, as long as we are holding the $7.90 level, in my opinion. Yeah, $7.90 is the level that we need to hold for a turnaround and continuation. Lose $7.90 and most likely we come back down to $7.70 and a little bit lower, potentially all the way down to our entry level. And also, guys, on Alpha X, I got something new for you guys. Not only is it one of the best decentralized exchanges with a centralized trading feeling, if you sign up right now on Alpha X, you will get a $100 bonus just for signing up, but it's also only for the first 100 users. So take advantage of that, because this might be used really, really quickly by everyone. So take advantage of that with the link in the description and the pin comment below to sign up on Alpha X to get your $100 bonus just for signing up, guys. You see, I try to get you as much money as possible for free for basically not doing a lot. And here you just need to sign up and you can claim the $100, no strings attached, guys. So take advantage of that, take all the money that you can get, because even if the money is across multiple exchanges, if you open the same trade, it basically counts at one, and then you can consolidate all the profits into one big position later on, and that can help you to make a lot of money. So now let me show you that I have proved that we actually made 5 figures on the $500 that I mentioned earlier. Remember FDM, Phantom. I told you, if you entered here at 44 cents and you traded all the way up here, 68% would have been your return. Now, I recommended you to enter with 20x leverage. Would have you ever gotten stopped out on this trade? I'm going to show you, no, you would have never gotten stopped out of this trade once you entered, because we would have entered here. And do you see any red candle down afterwards that would have caused us to get out of this trade? No, we straight went up. 20x leverage, 68%, so that is a 13.6x trade. So with $500, okay, sorry, we were close, so that is roughly $9,000, which is insane, guys, so sorry, no, this is $7,000. So 7,000 still, $5,000 to $7,000 in what kind of time frame? If you would have entered here until now, where we hit our target, 21 days, guys, 21 days, $500 to $7,000, which is an amazing result in such a short time frame. And now I'm telling you, I told you yesterday already, if we break the golden ratio, I would enter there into a new trade, and the target is now, I'm gonna show it to you, all the way up here, $1.31. So why $1.31? Because here is the extended golden ratio, and on the daily chart, the stochastic just printed a buy signal. The RSI is pointing to the upside. The MACD bounced off with the trend line of the signal line. So everything is in alignment for continuation here into higher levels. But I will warn you, I would take some profit off the table at around $1, because around $1 there is some big resistance. You see this here on the supply zone. You see here $375 million is sitting there as resistance with sell orders. So I would definitely recommend you to take some money off the table once we are getting here close to the $1 level. But the rest I would definitely trade here all the way up into $1.30, $1.40. If you're still in this trade here that I gave you originally, just raise your stop loss below the golden ratio and keep riding it, because these $500 that turn already into $7,000 can turn into much more. Look at this here. If I raise this now to only $1.30. So we are talking here now about 40x. So that is $20,000 out of the $500. That's why I'm telling you guys, even small amounts can compound into big amounts if you know how to trade. Just a fair warning here. And I'm going to show you some other coins right now that I believe can do the same thing. And one of them is Fetch. Fetch AI, you see here we break above that resistance line that I told you yesterday about. The stochastic RSI is also about to print a buy signal. We are losing momentum on the sell side on the MACD. RSI pointing to the upside. So also here everything looks super, super bullish. Just for an entry, I will go into a lower time frame because you see here for example, the 1 hourly chart is heavily overextended. Let's see how it looks 15 minutes. Not that bad, not that bad. How about 30 minutes? Okay, you will most likely get one last chance to enter around $1.55, $1.60-ish. I would enter from there. If you want to trade with 20x, that would be the level that I would be looking at. $1.60, $1.55, around there. If we are closing, unless we're closing above here $1.65, then I would enter definitely from there. But otherwise, if we see a small retracement, I just gave you the exact levels. The next target is around $2, and that is also a 20%, a little bit more than 20% move to the upside here. $2 is, 20.74% to the upside. With 20x leverage, 4x, the $500, $2,000 that you would make on this. But honestly, I would keep this way, way, way higher than that, because once we're breaking here $1.86 and the $2 mark, I believe the next target will be all the way up here, $2.40, which would bring us to what? $2.40, 46%, so 8x. So you made then already $4,000 on this trade that you can keep and can roll over into the next trade. Again, with small amounts, you can turn this into bigger amounts if you know what you're doing. And you basically only need to follow what I'm telling you, because over the last 3 months, we were massively, massively profitable here on this channel. So then Optimism, another coin that I'm trading right now. Here we are getting a little bit squeezed by this horizontal level and the upward sloping support line. But also here I expect a breakout. I think on a daily chart was what I saw, or was it on a 12-hourly chart. So 12-hourly chart also clear indication on the MACD and on a stochastic RSI that we most likely get continuation here over the next 24 hours. Once we are breaking $1.89 approximately, expect that we also move here really quick into the $2 level, especially because we also got here now a golden cross on the 12-hourly chart, and I think there might be soon one coming up. Okay, here still might take a while. So this will still take until November, in my opinion, at least until November, until we get a golden cross on the daily. But on the 4-hourly, we also got it just recently. So definitely also Optimism, a coin that I'm currently having a position on. Then Telegram, the next one. We are still fighting with that stupid 0.5 level on the Fibonacci extension levels. But look at the stochastic RSI printing a buy signal, and the MACD losing momentum, and the RSI slightly pointing to the upside. So also here I expect a giga move in the next 3 to 4 days, at least to the 200 moving average. So a move to the 200 moving average would bring us roughly 10% up to roughly 10% up. If we go here all the way into that demand zone, then 11.58%. I'm not looking at taking profit anytime before close to $7. That is where I want to take profit, because also here the golden cross is coming up by basically in the next 2 weeks, and then TON will be trading at $7.20, $7.40, somewhere there, and I am potentially holding on to my trade until we are at these levels, or close to it, depending on how long it will take to get the golden cross, because it can still happen that we kind of do something like this and then it's like end of October. So potentially I'm not waiting for the golden cross, but let's see how that goes. For now, the most important thing is that we break above the 200 moving average, and I believe, like I said, that we at least touch the 200 moving average over the next couple of days. Then another trade that we need to talk about is Render. Render is here in this bull pennant, trying to break out of it. I'm kind of ignoring the stochastic RSI because we are trying to break out. So it's kind of normal that we lose a little bit of momentum up here. But the MACD is bullish. The RSI is pointing to the upside. So once we are getting here a break and you did not enter here at the bull flag breakout, this is another chance for you to get in. And the technical target for this bull pennant is close to the golden ratio. Oh no, it's actually in the extended golden ratio here. What at $7, what is it? 68. So more or less in the middle of the extended Fibonacci level here at the golden ratio. So I'm also definitely trading this, and I will take profit up here. Definitely taking profit up here because I expect here some resistance before we get continuation. And that's it already for today's episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you with more money tomorrow.